All right, as we mentioned earlier today, I'm going to make a coffee/tea station, and for this you're going to need 4 lengths of, well, I actually cut the 3" in half, but it's not actually 3 inches. It's 2.5 inches, but that's just what they call it at the hardware store, at your local hardware store. I cut this in half down the center, so this is actually 1.25 inches wide, and the length is 1 foot. So you need 4 of these. You will see over here you'll see over here there is a square bend hook. So I got 4 of these as well. And we can see on the screen here, all right, there we go. We have the CG up. So you'll need 20" screws, 10 inches lengths of 2x4, that's for the base. You need a 10-inch length of 1x4, that's for the top. You need 2 10-inch lengths of trim, that's for the braces on the side, and then 2 6-inch lengths of trim, which is for the braces on the either side of it. Then finally, we need 4 12-inch lengths of 1.25 legs. All right, so let's get back to it. So we see here we have the 20 screws, everything like that. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with the base and the top, and what you wanna do is turn them sideways so that you can get your next part going on. Just make sure this is in unlock, there we go. And remember, safety is priority, so to keep safe, protect your eyes, protect your hands. So I'll put these on at this point in time. So you'll see that I put these hooks in beforehand just because they are very difficult to put in live. So I put them on beforehand. What you need to do is drill a pilot hole about 1.25 inches down from the top here, because this is going to be where your top piece is connecting. 1.25 inches down, you drill a pilot hole and then you twist these in by hand. So now let's get these lined up. So what you want to do is align the corners. So I'm working on the top piece here right now. I'm aligning the top corner with the side corner, and that would line me up to make my pilot hole, which I made beforehand, as I told you. And what I'm going to do now is just drive the screw in to fasten this. The reason I have the sides of the base and the top on their sides is that so that the braces here, the legs, can actually brace and not move around too much, and I could get them where I need them to be. I'm now lining up the bottom piece, so I'm lining up corner to corner once more. And what I'm going to do now is drive in the 2 screws. You need 2 screws to secure the base. If you only have 1 screw, what would happen is that this entire thing would pivot and it wouldn't be very sturdy. So you want to put 2 screws into the base to ensure that it is not able to pivot and it can go all the way in, and it would remain very, very sturdy and rigid. First screw going in, second screw going in. You don't want to do the same thing for the other side. So we are putting the other leg on over here, and I'm lining up the corners again. So I'm working on the top piece first, just as I did before. Again, just want to observe that the square bend hook's already in. So what you want to do is make your pilot hole once more, put in your top screw, and ensure it's fastened. We're now going to work on the bottom side, and what we'll do from here is line up the corners once more. Sometimes they may want to play around and bend on you. You just need to apply a little force when necessary. Then I'm going to drive in the 2 screws on the base of it. That's 1. That's 2. What I'm going to do at this point before turning it around, I'm going to take my brace, which is 10 inches long, as I mentioned before, and I'm going to place this 3.5 inches up from the base, from the very bottom here. As you can see, from here, I'm measuring 3.5 inches up, and I'm going to lay this down on the side just so I have a little more control. As you can see here, I have pilot holes. So what I did was I measured 3.5 inches up. I lined up my trim over here, which is 10 inches long, on either side. Then I drilled my pilot holes, and now I'm going to drive them in. So 2 more screws going on this side, 1 on either side. It's okay to have 1 screw over here because they will be into the legs themselves, so they aren't going anywhere. All right, now this one I've done beforehand just in the essence of time. So what I'm going to do here right now is just line up the corners and drive in my screws, which were already lined up. Going on the top end first, again working on the top piece first, and then I'll work on the bottom piece. Sometimes you need to apply a little force, as I mentioned earlier. So I will apply some force now to ensure that my corners are aligned. Then I'll drive that screw in. It's getting a little bit difficult, but I'll get it done. All right, now that side, see that pivot I was talking about? All right. That's what happens when you only have one screw in. Finally, I'll align the other side and we'll get this done. And you can see I have some side braces as well. Just gonna do the same thing and fasten it. Almost done here. Now, these side braces, as you can see over here, let's take a little closer look. What you do is line them up with your front and back braces. What you do is line it up over here. You screw them in, and then you're good to go on both sides. So at the end of it all, let me just get this in here. Almost done. And last piece, same deal, line up and screw in. All right, had to rush this one, but here we are with your coffee/tea station. You can hang your mugs over here.